Hey, Rob.
Yeah, Sean?
You know, we still got to film an intro for the podcast.
Yeah, I guess we do, don't we? You got anything for it?
No. Kind of rather just keep playing Payday.
Yeah, I really want that samurai mask. Fuck it.
Yep. Hey, everybody. This is Tin Plated. I'm Sean.
I'm Rob, and this is Tin Plated Talks. Episode 14.
Yeah.
So, another week. Had some good questions this week. A few, not a ton, but you guys gave us a little something.
Well, as you saw in the intro, we spent most of this week playing Payday 2, which we got during the Steam sale, and it's just sort of consumed our lives.
Oh my God, it is such a good game, but it
is not a flawless game. But if you've got buddies, and I mean we've got people to play here in the house and just scream at each other, so we're all co-op and Skyping and yada yada. It's so awesome.
It was kind of funny. I was sitting in our living room playing on a computer hooked up to a big screen TV, Skyping with Sean on my iPad because he was in here on the battle station, and if we scream, I can't hear him good enough to also hear the television. Yep.
Or when our other roommate stays up later than Rob, because when we're playing late at night, rather than scream across the house and wake everybody up, we Skype so that we can still cooperate. But if you like co-op shooters, if you liked Left 4 Dead, give Payday 2 a try. It's really fun, especially if you got people to play with.
And there's something for everybody, because when I'm feeling trigger happy, I sit in a doorway and just, come on, officers. And when it's time for a little bit of tactical stealth, then there's that too.
Yep. Very cool game. Of course, stealth in this game means the cops don't find out, not you're quiet about it. Because stealth often involves running in, shooting all the guards, and screaming at everybody to stay flat on their faces, and killing or zip-tying anybody who doesn't cooperate. But without further ado, apologies to the NSA, let's get to the questions for the week. We're going to start off with Harry Drake. What is your biggest gaming disappointment? I'm going to assume you mean other than Thief, because we've covered that on this channel a lot. Spore is going to be the biggest one that jumps to mind, more because of the hype put behind it than the game itself. Spore would have been fine if I hadn't been promised so much more.
I know this is going to be a huge, nobody's going to get this, but for me it was Final Fantasy. Because it was the first game that I had for my PlayStation. And
Final Fantasy 7 or
yes,
8?
The one with the black guy with the machine gun hand.
Yeah, that was 7. Barrett.
Yeah, here's the thing. It was me and my papa, because that's how, he and I have gamed together for years, and we like a certain type of game. And when I was a little kid, he had older sensibilities, so it really meshed well. And we just loved, Super Mario 64, that sort of thing. So somebody told us Final Fantasy is this amazing game. And we get in there, and it's turn-based. And both of us were just so let down by that. Because both, relatively, comparatively to what we are now, new to gaming, and it was our first time encountering turn-based, because we'd never played or encountered any of the other ones on older systems. It was the first time a game had ever said, no, you don't get to dodge. Just stand there and take it and hope. And I felt so victimized. I was like, no, I don't want to just stand here and take it.
I've heard people say they were victimized by Final Fantasy before, but they're not talking about number 7 usually.
And I appreciate that it's the best one. I do, but I don't like...
I'll give that to 6.
I don't like turn-based, and when there's all this hype and it's the first time you've ever encountered something going, no, fuck you, it just crushes you.
Okay, so there's that. Joe Winters had two questions for us. One, what platform do you play Dark Souls on? We play the first one on PC. We play the second one on Xbox 360. And his other question is, who's your favorite Berserk character? That's real easy for me. I've never seen it. I know one of them is called Guts, and he's got a big sword and one arm?
Well, for most of the series, he has 2 arms.
Okay.
And then he gets a metal one, so...
Like Ash from Army of Darkness?
A little closer to automail. So, but not quite.
Groovy.
Ah, there it is. No, for me, it would have to be Guts. Especially once he grows up a little bit and comes into his own. He swings a big fucking sword and doesn't take a lot of shit. What more can you ask for?
Seems solid.
Now, Dragon Slayer Milan asked if we could give him a good anime, like Soul Eater because of swords and size and tits, which, and demons. And he also liked One Piece because of pirates and superpowers. And I can just tell you, Dragon Slayer, you and we're on the same page on anime. I get the feeling you like a lot of what I like. So I've got a pretty good list for you. Sean, do you have anything for him?
I got one that jumps out because it includes swords, tits, things that are close to demons, and what may as well be a scythe. And that would be Fairy Tail. If you haven't seen it, give it a try.
There are demons in that.
Oh, well, there you go. I've heard it tapers off after, like, season 3, 2 or 3, yeah. Because they have to play the whole, oops, we got ahead of the manga, let's stall. And they apparently do not do a very good job of it, and the fan service gets a little excessive. But the first 2 seasons of Troll I've seen so far, really, 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 really good. If you liked Soul Eater, I can pretty much guarantee you'll like Fairy Tail. Although the hilarious part is in the second season when all the episodes start out with a more stylized version of the main character, warning you not to watch too close to the television or in a room that doesn't have the lights on. Yeah? And it's hilarious because his face fills the whole screen and he's just like, hey kids, are you ready for more Fairy Tail? And it's like, Jesus! Because the feel is entirely different from the rest of the show, but...
Yeah,
Rob, you had some other things to recommend?
I will reiterate Fairy Tail. It's in the pocket. It's made by a guy who has a solid pedigree. He made Rave Master, and Fairy Tail is full of references to it. Actually, the first time I watched Fairy Tail, I was sitting there going, "I'll be a son of a bitch. That's Plu, motherfucker." So I hopped online and was like, "Is this just a reference to Rave Master or what?" Because Rave Master's way back in the day.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, fuck, it's the same guy. It's his very next project. Well, that's cool. Rave Master, good choice. Probably a little hard to find these days. Mm-hmm. You know what? If you liked swords, tits, scythes, Ruby. Bottom fucking line.
Yeah, which is anime-ish.
It's not straight-up anime. It's made in Texas. But it is...
Which is not in Japan.
As a matter of fact, as far from Japan culturally as you can possibly get. But it is a solid product. It's not long, but there's another season coming. It's made by Rooster Teeth. It's got the great fights that you love. As a matter of fact, Ruby Rose is pretty much... fuck. Just blanked out.
Urza?
No, the girl from Soul Eater.
Oh. It's been ages since I've seen Soul Eater, and I haven't seen Ruby yet, so...
The Scythe girl that wields soul.
Can't help you. It's been ages.
Wow, I feel like a fucking idiot now.
That chick.
Yeah. What else is good? What else is good? Obviously, Gurren Lagann.
Who the hell do you think I am?
That's right. That is right. Don't believe in yourself. Believe in the me that believes in you.
Because yours is the drill that shall pierce the heavens.
Thank you. Also, Pumpkin Scissors.
Yeah.
Less action-heavy, except at times. Pretty much every episode's guaranteed a pretty good fight. But what I really like about it is solid action, great character development, no fan service. I am very heavily against fan service. Except the main character has 2 sisters who are basically like tripods for tits. And it's a joke. It's, well, look at them and look at her. She's looks like a boy. It's hilarious. But Pumpkin Scissors is a great one.
I tend to watch more slice of life anime like GTO or what was the one I'm thinking of? Azumanga Daioh.
Actually, I have to go to the booth for this one. Josh. Yeah. The anime with the people who summon the conquerors from the past?
Well, I'm thinking of Hitalia, but that's not it.
Fuck you.
Hitalia.
Now, although Sword Art Online,
Sword Art Online,
the first half, I think, is much better than the second, but Sword Art Online it's an interesting take.
If you want something a little more drama heavy than either Soul Eater or way more drama heavy than One Piece.
One Piece gets right around episode 400. It gets fucking like.
Oh, so just hang on for a little while.
Okay, hold on. Spoiler alert. I'm gonna give you a second. All right, right about the time Ace gets fucking murdered. Right there at the goddamn goal line, Luffy's been fighting through the prison. He's been fighting through the entire fucking Navy. He's at the goal line. He's got Ace off the gallows, and he takes a bullet for him. My fucking heart, man. My heart.
But something for more serious.
Oh, spoilers over. Welcome back.
Something a little more serious, with a lot of big weapons. And actually has the main character is female, but about as unfan-servicey as you can get, is Claymore. Claymore is very good.
Claymore is solid. I will say stay away from Attack on Titan. Can't stand it.
I like Attack on Titan. So there you go. We're helpful.
There's one anime, I can't remember what it's called, but it's basically like a take on tower RPGs. These people live in a fantasy world, and there's this big. I think I want to say it's called Tower of Druga.
I think someone mentioned it in the comments on one of our videos once, asking if we'd seen it, and I had not.
Yeah, but it's basically you get a party and you go into the tower and you adventure however many floors up you can, and there's slimes and all of that shit, and it's just a really interesting it puts those games in perspective because it shows you what that culture would look like if the game weren't just a game. Here's another viewpoint.
One last one that I can think of to recommend. It's kind of old. It's very short. It's either 2 or 3 episodes, so it's not more than like movie length. Dragon Half. Might like it.
Oh, God.
It's about a chick who's half dragon.
Outlaw Star. Outlaw Star is solid. The voice acting, if you get the dubbed version, is crap because it is a 90s dub. Yeah,
dubs from the 90s. They were either... basically, if Vic Mignogna wasn't involved, it was probably crap.
But the overall show is great, and I'm guessing that Dragon Slayer is into shonen, like myself, in which case I say to you, Shaman King. Shaman King is the first and only anime I have ever checked out the book source. Because the anime, rather than saying, hey, we're going to go off on a wild fucking tangent and make shit up, just goes, we've caught up, we've produced a respectable show, we're going to stop. Because we've reached what could conceivably be a natural ending point. The manga goes like 5 issues further. And gives you the real ending, and you're like, I need this. But they also had to tone it down a lot because of, again, it was a 4Kids dub, so it's garbage.
Oh.
The dub is bad.
If you ever watch anything from 4Kids, you're a bad person. I think I caught a mosquito.
4Kids is a good way to find an anime where you can tell it's got something good in it from the art, and to go find it from somewhere else.
Yeah.
Shaman King is this, like I said, it's a 4Kids.
One Piece had the 4Kids run, and then
Cartoon Network took it over and helped.
That was wrestled away from them. Yeah, when cigarettes are turned into lollipops, that's...
Actually, I kind of thought the lollipop thing was fucking funny. But what I didn't, but some of them are just... The later episodes of Naruto aren't bad. When he's not yelling, believe it, all the fucking time, and other...
In the fucking... in the sub, he never says that.
He does not.
Ever. But where did they come up with it?
What it is what he does say is a regionalistic thing that kind of suggests you're a hillbilly.
Okay.
It's...
Why didn't he have him say fucking yeehaw or give a rebel yell or something?
It's date bayo is what he always says. Or the Japanese pronunciation.
Which is, let's do it.
Yeah, it's a regionalistic thing that he amends to everything he says. And they said, no, there's no American equivalent. Like, we don't have a regionalistic thing where we amend all of our sentences with, woo, fuck yeah!
Canada does, eh?
Like I said, Americans don't.
Yeah.
So you had to give him something. And since he tends to amend it to statements about how he's going to do something or he's got this, telling people to believe him makes a bit of sense. But it's fucking annoying. Luckily, when he gets older, he grows out of it like it was some sort of fucking tick.
So, Naruto had Tourette's. So, Dragon Slayer, you've just given us 10 minutes to talk about. Thanks. And we hope you got some shows, and the rest of you too. Next up, 101 Terror Fiends asks, if we were all powerful gods and started an apocalypse, what sort would it be? Mine's very simple, very insidious. Every, let's say, 5 seconds, someone just explodes. Random person. Just, not a violent explosion, just enough to go, showers some blood everywhere.
So they just kind of pop.
And this just continues. Till it eventually, you know, consumes everyone with terror, dread. Who's going to be the next one to... Oh! That guy across the street. Never knowing when it's going to be you. Just watching that terror. Because if zombies are coming, at least you're like, oh, there's a horde of zombies. Guess I'm about to die. Or, yeah, that meteorite's going to be a bitch. But if people just randomly, in a gory spray, oh yeah, people are going to collapse into madness.
Well, you know,
and maybe start killing one another or killing themselves just to avoid it.
Well, with zombies, you can fight back. Zombies a winnable apocalypse. The other thing is, how long do you think it would take for people to notice? Like, if the first 200 people to pop, or the first 10,000 even, came from remote population centers, you think people would just go, explain it away with bullshit, bullshit, bullshit? Because let's face it, if a Botswanan tribesman
I'm actually
just
hoping
popped,
for that.
Yeah, if a Botswanan tribesman just popped, nobody'd give a fuck. Now, if Tom Brokaw in the nightly news was, and tonight, he's gone, holy shit!
That total, indiscriminatory madness, randomness, it's exactly what I'm hoping for. Let it creep up. Let it take a while for the dread to build.
You're sick fucker. My apocalypse would be bad luck. It would be that every person on Earth and humanity in general would suddenly have an eternal run of the worst conceivable luck that would continue to get worse. So it would start with something that a 1 in a million chance to go wrong. You're that 1 in a million every time. So car wrecks would go up because seatbelts would fail. Surgeries would be botched because, looks like we got the knife that'd been drugged through the crack of somebody's ass rather than a clean one. What are the chances? The chances are an absolute fucking certainty, motherfucker, because I said so. Every single time. You got 1,000 people on a bridge, that bridge is coming down.
Now, what disturbs me from the man who used to work in an OR is that there is any chance that a knife that has been dragged through someone's ass and not been thrown into an autoclave would be redeployed for surgery. That's the concerning thing I'm pulling out of this.
No comment.
Right. So, there you go. Terror Fiends also asked for Robb's sloth story. So tell us about the sleuths.
I'm just going to tell you guys,
the badgers.
It's not as good as my penguin story, but, and also somebody mentions that these should be animated. I would fucking adore if these were animated into, like, little Rooster Teeth style shorts. Yeah, pop. If these were animated, I think I actually would show them to my family. But, the sloth story. So, same time, I was at the zoo, and, it's a few days later. Somebody says...
Wait, this is just a few days after the penguin incident?
I never got caught for that, so yeah. Now, you gotta understand, I had been all over the zoo. I'd done it all. I'd fed the rhinos, the giraffes, the gorillas. I'd straight up fucking told them I ain't working with no goddamn snakes. I encountered a vulture with spikes on its wings that you had to kind of fight it with a bag. So they say, I'm just hanging out, and they say to me, hey, you want to hold a baby sloth? Is the Pope Catholic? Fuck yeah, I want to hold a baby sloth. Bring it on. So they bring me this thing. Looks like a cat's hairball, at large. And they go, all right, well, or they ask me if I want to feed it. And I go, sure. So they set it there, and it automatically climbs. Little known fact, sloths aren't always slow. They're saving it up. We had, its mom had escaped earlier that day.
Yeah.
And they couldn't catch it. Here's how they run. They throw their fucking arms up, and they waddle for all their fucking worth. And as it happens, what they're worth is a burst of speed.
Damn.
Anyway, so it's like, you want to feed him an apple? I'm like, sure. So he's just sitting there hanging. And he comes down, and they go, all right, it's real simple. Here's this apple slice. Give it to him. I go, all right, cool. Just reach over and touch him with it. They have real bad eyesight. You got to actually touch his nose. And they go, yeah, real simple. All right, cool. And they go, but, don't go too fast. You'll scare him, and he'll claw you. Even as a baby, he's got claws like fucking this, All right, so I'll go like super crazy slow. No. If you go too slow, he'll claw you because you'll make him nervous. So wait, if I go too slow, he'll claw me. And if I go too fast, he'll claw me. All right, yeah, that's right. Well, how fast should I go? Well, an appropriate speed to not get clawed. Gee, thanks. You know what? Suddenly I'm not feeling this. No, you're going to do it. So give me this apple slice. And I'm inching it towards him, and he becomes aware of me, and this claw starts raising. So if Sean is the sloth, I'm getting closer, and this fucking claw is coming up. And I'm sitting here like, oh fucking shit, this is the part where the hand comes off. So I get it. The claw is almost at its zenith when I touch his nose. And here's what he does. Cutest thing in the fucking world. Brings both of his finger claws together, pinches the apple, and then eats it. Exactly. Fucking adorable. Well, he's kind of sitting on the table looking at me, and he waddles over to me and does this. And I'm going, what does it want? And they go, he wants a hug. They're smart enough for that? And they're like, well, no, he just wants to hang from you. It's like, okay, cool. So I kind of put my hands out, and he puts his ass in my palms and puts each of these giant claws right here. Which, by the way, for those of you that don't know, if you're ever going to, off your throat there, back here is where all the good veins and arteries are. So I'm terrified because there's just massive claws. And I'm holding him. He's about 90 pounds. I'm just holding him. Not really wanting to put any weight on them claws, decapitation and whatnot.
Yeah, a valid concern.
And I'm holding him, and starting to get tired, starting to feel fatigue. I'm going, so, how long does this last? And they go, till he wants to get off. Starts making this weird noise. I'm like, oh God, is that his I'm going to cut your head off noise? And they go, oh no, he's snoring. He's asleep? Yeah, well, that's what they do. Yeah, for 18 hours a day, how long do I have to hold him? So I'm sitting there holding this thing, trying to kind of, nudge him awake without spooking him enough to murder me. Wake up, you little... Oh, no. Sorry. Wake up. Sorry. And eventually, he wakes up and fucks off and goes back up in his tree. And I am, like, on the verge of collapse. Because I've just been holding a 90-pound, razor blade to my fucking neck that, by the way, has an ill temper to being woken up.
As most things do. Okay, that's about all we've got for you this week. As a reminder for our upcoming events, our game night for TF2 is happening this week. If you want to know when it is, please go to our forums. That's tinplated.com/forum. We are also doing our July 4th live stream, Dark Souls 2 PvP. We're doing that at 2 p.m. Eastern. That's 2 p.m. Eastern time. Translate that to your local however you wish. I think Britain is like 4 or 5 hours off, and Germany's 7. I'm fucking guessing at this point. Just look it up. Other than that, like the Facebook page, comment on this video if you have any comments or questions for next week. Please subscribe. Do the Twitters, do the Snapchats, do the Instagrams, anything and everything, because every little bit of that social media pie gets us out to a few more people, and we just want everybody who might enjoy the ridiculous garbage we're putting out to see it.
Yep. So, leave us some good questions. If there's anything y'all want to know, just ask, and we'll catch you next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye.